morning or afternoon. So it's now the weekend, Saturday. It's good to do these classes, kind of keep us in line with what day of the week it is. Today I'm going to do a little Pilates yoga blend, yoga lattes, payo, whatever you want to call it. We'll do it a little different than the last one. So this time we'll start more yoga, sun salutations, and then go into some mat Pilates, which we didn't do the last time. We did more Pilates warm up and then went into the yoga. Plus some things intertwined, so we'll be adding some kind of Pilates and core moves within the yoga. So doing a little bit more core-based, yoga-based moves also. Like anything, you can do it at your own pace. You want to have mats. I'll be turning one way or the other. So you definitely want to have, if you have a hard surface, you want to have 2 mats underneath your back. And if you have a soft surface, like a carpet, 1 mat's fine. Since I'll be switching back and forth so you can see me, I decided this time to put the 2 mats down. If you want blocks for any of the sun salutations, please have them by your side. We're not going to use any other equipment today. There'll be different things I'm going to do once a week with different types of equipment. So today we'll just be using our own bodies. We'll be doing some planks, lunges. Everything will be flowing in alignment with our yoga flow also. And we'll have a little short shavasana at the end. So you do not want to wear sneakers. So if you have shoes on, you want to take them off. And unless you have socks that are sticky, you want to take your socks off so you don't slip. Just wait. And we will start standing. Remember also, have some water close by. But anytime you need a break, grab your water bottle. And when we do the Pilates part, I'll also be giving you different beginner, intermediate, or more advanced levels. So please listen to your body when you do those. I'll be showing all, so don't feel you need to go the most extreme, especially if you're just new to these moves. So doing this payo is a really nice way to introduce you to some Pilates without doing the full Pilates class eventually. If we're sheltered in here for longer than we anticipate, I will be starting to incorporate regular classes and getting back to my regular Pilates class, which I miss, doing that once a week. And like I said, you can incorporate these into your everyday life also. So I think we need to get started. Yeah. All right. Remember, if you come into this part way, you can also rewind it. You can go back and replay it at your own convenience. And you will sweat a little bit more than doing regular yoga. So if you need to crack a window, please do so. We're going to come towards the front of the mat. I'll be in the middle of the mat so you can see me. Let me move this back just a little bit more. There. So when we do the blend, there are 2 different types of breath. Yoga and Pilates do share that mind-body connection. We bring alignment, flexibility, and strength into our bodies, doing both yoga and Pilates. We also incorporate that focus, the breath work, that precision, in Pilates. So we are in this state of inner focus, letting go, using our breath to guide us. With the Pilates breath, it's a little bit different. We breathe in through the nose, opening up through the rib cage. It's called the thoracic region of the body. And on the exhale, out through the mouth, letting it all out. So I'll tell you when we're going to do a section of Pilates and a section of yoga so we can maybe switch our breath. Again, as long as you're breathing. When we do the yogic breathing, it's more of this diaphragmatic breath. In through the nose, out through the nose, expanding, opening up to the belly, and the rib cage and the heart center. And on the exhale, letting the chest deflate, ribs close, belly deflates as the pelvic floor rises. We're going to start in our Pilates stance. Do a little Pilates at the beginning just to with our stance and our alignment, because this is really nice to help you if you're standing in line at the grocery store, especially nowadays. Some of those grocery stores, you're standing in a long line, waiting in line for concert tickets, whatever it is. If you start to feel like your body's shifting back and forth, this Pilates stance is a really nice way to activate your core. You feel much better afterwards, and it alleviates any of that lower back tension. So we bring the feet together, pull the toes up, open the feet like a V, and then press the toes down. And you're going to feel this external rotation through the legs and this activation through the glutes. So everything's pulled up nice and tight. Shoulders above the hips, arms down along our sides. So you should feel this activation. And there is a band that runs below and above our belly buttons around our hips. This is part of our core. So allow this hip stabilization, pelvic floor engagement, helps strengthen our core. So let's breathe in through the nose, opening, expanding, opening up through the rib cage. And exhale out through the mouth. Emptying out the lungs. Activating the core. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Letting the shoulders relax. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Also strengthening that diaphragm muscle. Let's do 3 more breaths here. Remember to keep everything activated. Emptying our minds, clearing our thoughts. Any stressors or worries of the day, let them flow out through that exhale. Feel that nourishment flow in. Let's bring those feet out. All right. Feet pointing forward, arms down along our sides. Keep the core engaged, just sweep the arms up. Reaching up to the sky. Interlocking the fingers. Press our palms up to the sky. If that bothers your wrists, index finger pointing up, one thumb over the other. Reach up as we breathe in, and on the exhale, gently folding over to the right. Reaching up as we breathe in. Exhale over to the left. Going back to center. Gently sweeping the arms down. Rolling the shoulders up and around and down. Up and around and down. And up and around and down from back to front. Up and around and down. Up and around and down. And up and around and down. We're going to bring our feet as wide as the mat. Feet slightly angled to the side and the front. We're going to slide up and down against the wall. All right? Breathe in as we lower. Bring your arms up to the side. Exhale, lift. Knees stay behind the toes. Exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower. 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 Exhale, lift. Now let's just lower. Stay here. Lift the right heel and lower. Core is engaged. Pelvic floor is engaged. Lift the left heel and lower. Lift the right heel and lower, and the left heel and lower, and the right heel and lower, and the left heel and lower. Lift the right heel. Now lower and lift. Keeping that right heel lifted. Lower and lift and lower and lift. Press that right heel down. Keep that core engaged. Pelvic floor. Lift that left heel. Lower and lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Put that heel down. Straighten those legs. Walk those feet together. So we're going to come into our yoga breath. In and out through the nose. We're going to do some sun salutations. And in between those, we'll be coming into some lunges. So if you want your blocks, you can use them. Let's come towards the front of the mat. And I'll do the first one facing forward. Feet hip width apart, core is engaged. Sweep the arms up and back. Press the hips forward. Exhale, leading with the chest. No pressure on the knees, hands to your thighs. Halfway, receive a breath. Round and roll up, tucking the chin. Just warming up one vertebrae at a time. Let the chin be the last thing to lift. Sweeping the arms up, palms together, sinking down into a little chair. Little chair, not too deep. Knees behind the toes. Pelvic floor is engaged. Spine is, we don't want to arch and we don't want to tuck it under. Neutral spine at a slight angle, shoulders pressing down. Feel ourselves bolted in. Building that fire in those legs. Receive a breath. On the exhale, release. Sweep the arms up and back. Press the hips forward. Exhaling, meeting with the chest. Coming down a little bit deeper. Lengthen the spine. Hands to our shins. Exhale as we come down a little bit deeper yet. Let's bend those knees again. Hands to our thighs. Open up to the chest. Exhale, round and roll up, tucking the chin one vertebrae at a time. Sweeping your arms up, palms together, sinking down into chair. Remember to press those shoulders down. Holding this here. Receiving a breath. Release, sweep the arms up and back. Press the hips forward, exhaling, coming the whole way down this time. Lift the chest, bring the right leg back into a runner's lunge. Watch that front knee. Keep it behind the toes. You can drop to that back knee or keep it lifted. And then bring that left leg back to meet it into a plank. Now drop to both knees. Keep the core engaged. Receive a breath. And on the exhale, come down into caterpillar. Elbows against the ribs. And down to the mat. Extend the legs. Keep the elbows in. You're going to press forward, push up into cobra, and back into child's pose. So if you come into cobra and that bothers your lower back, don't stay there. Don't go deep into it. Come right back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Bring the hips back over the heels. Extend the arms out in front. Let everything release. Let's just come out into tabletop first. Tabletop, little cat and cow. We're still warming up. Fists, if that bothers your wrists, with the thumbs pointing forward, or palms. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Receive a breath. Exhale, round and arch in the cat. Let's come into a little cow, only if it doesn't bother your lower back, or stay in a flat back, lowering the belly, lifting the chest and tailbone. Exhale, round and arch in the cat, and then back into neutral. Let's flip those toes, raise the hips in a down dog. Bring the hips up to the sky, release through the fingers, relax the shoulders, like somebody has a belt around your waist, lifting you up. If it's hard for you to do this, lift the heels, bend the knees slightly. Stay in here. We're going to walk the dog. We're going to pedal our feet, lowering the right and the left, pressing the heel, alternating, and the left, and the right, and the left, and the right, and the left. Let's lift those heels, bend the knees, lift the chest. Let's bring that right leg forward. You can bring it forward in one step or drop to that left knee and walk it forward. Let's stay here. Come up onto those fingertips or those blocks. Open up to the chest a little bit deeper. Left leg's extended behind. Now keep that left hand on the block of the mat underneath the shoulder. Sweep that right arm up to the sky. Follow it with your head and gaze. Looking up, reaching up. Don't force it. Do a spinal twist as we breathe in. On the exhale, sweeping that arm back down. Lift that back knee, curl the toes under, engage the core, bring that left leg forward to meet the right. Hands on our thighs, open up to the chest. Exhale, round and roll up, tucking the chin one vertebrae at a time. Sweeping your arms up, palms together, and coming down into chair pose. To the other side. Sinking down into chair pose. Towards the front of the mat if you're not already there. Releasing, sweeping your arms up and back, press the hips forward, exhaling, leading with the chest, sweep the arms down, gentle fold. Coming up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale as we come back down a little bit deeper. Lift the chest. Bring the left leg back this time into that runner's lunge. Watch that front knee. You can drop to that left knee or keep it lifted. Bring that right leg back to meet it into plank. Core is engaged. Let's drop to those knees. Remember, don't let the belly sag. Elbows in. Receive a breath. Exhale, come down into caterpillar. Hold the hover. And down to the mat. Keep the elbows in. Press forward. Push up into cobra. Exhale, back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Hips back over the heels. Extending arms out in front. Let everything release. Let's stay here with this. Receive another breath. And on the exhale, shift the hips over to the right. Pressing away from that left thigh. Left knee. Coming back to center as we breathe in. On the exhale, shift the hips over to the left, pressing away from that right knee. And back to center. Let's flip our toes and raise our hips into down dog. Bringing the hips up to the sky. Releasing through those fingers. Relax the shoulders through that nice line. From your hips down through the spine, through the shoulders, through the arms, through the fingertips. Remember, the heels do not need to press down. You can also lift the heels and bend the knees. Lifting the chest. Receive a breath. We're going to bring that left leg forward. Either in one step or drop to that right knee and walk it forward. Open up to the chest. And then drop to that right knee. Feel that right leg extending behind us. Keep that front knee behind the toes. We're going to do that spinal twist. Right hand on the block or on the mat, underneath the shoulder. Left arm down along the side. Let's sweep it up to the sky. reaching up, straight up, or wherever you can go. Looking up that arm as we breathe in. Exhale as we sweep it back down. Curl the back toes under, lift that back knee. Bring the left leg back to meet the right. Holding this here. Now, if it feels right, you can bring that left leg forward again, or you can jump forward. And then come up onto those thighs. Hands on our thighs, knees behind the toes, open up to the chest. Exhale, round and roll up, tucking the chin one vertebrae at a time. Sweeping the arms up, palms together, sinking down into chair pose. Don't jump forward and back if you don't feel comfortable doing it. If you have any shoulder issues or anything that it might aggravate. Staying here, we're going to do a little balance. All right, shifting our weight over to that left leg. Lifting the right heel. Shoulders relaxed, core is engaged. If you can, keep your gaze out in front, something not moving. Sometimes I wobble, so watching me isn't always the best. Bring that right knee up. If you can, rotate that right foot 3 times one way, 3 times the other way. Bringing that right, just the toes down, gently coming back to center. Still holding that chair pose. Receive a breath, shift the weight over that right leg, lift the left heel. If this is all the further you want to go, this is fine. Core is engaged, or bring that left knee up. And then, if you can, rotate that left foot 3 times one way, 3 times the other way. Gently bring the toes down. In control, bring the heel down, come back to center. Okay, a couple more sun salutations, adding some lunges. Sweeping the arms up and back, pressing the hips forward. Exhale, leaning with the chest, sweep the arms down, gentle fold. Coming up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale as we come down a little bit deeper. Lift the chest, bring the right leg back into a runner's lunge. Let's bring that left leg back to meet it into plank. This time you have the option to drop to your knees or keep them lifted. We're going to stay here. We are going to hold the plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Receive a breath. Now come down in a chaturanga, in a hover. Elbows against the ribs and down to the mat. Keep the elbows in, press forward, push up in a cobra. Flip the toes, raise the hips into down dog. Bring the hips up to the sky, release through the fingers. Relax the shoulders, bring the right leg up behind, 3-legged down dog. On the exhale, bring it forward in 1 step. Or again, drop to that left knee, walk it forward. Now, we're going to stay here. That left foot is behind us, bring that left leg in partway, walk ourselves up onto that right thigh. We're going to come into some lunges here. All right, so when we're in that lunge, we drop down, left knee underneath the hip, underneath the shoulder, left heel's lifted, right knee behind the toes. Sweeping those arms up as we breathe in, lower, exhale, lift and extend. Breathe in as we lower, exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower, exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower, exhale, lift. We're going to lower, hold this here. Now we're going to reach for that left wrist. Receive a breath, gently fold over to the right. A little balance, a little side stretch. Come back to center, sweeping both arms down. Press that back heel down, straighten that front leg. Little pyramid pose. Both feet are pointing forward, so check that back heel. Again, if your legs feel like they're too wide, bring them in, and it looks like a pyramid between your legs, and the hips are level. You should feel this activation through the hips, through the pelvic floor. Core is engaged, shoulders above the hips. Bring the arms out in front, shoulders are relaxed. It's a little balance here. Just like when we did ribcage arms in Pilates, we don't want the back arching, so we have everything activated. It was called a plank, or it was called a imprint when we were on the mat. So keep everything engaged. Bring the arms up overhead. As we breathe in, exhale out in front. Breathe in as we bring the arms out to the side. Exhale back to center. The back is not moving, so everything else is more effectively working. It's called isolation. Breathe in out to the side. Exhale back to center. Keep that core engaged. Breathe in as we bring it up overhead. Exhale out in front. Breathe in out to the side. Now bring the arms back behind. Interlock the fingers, open up to the chest. Keep the spine long. You can stay here. Bring the arms up behind, or if you can do so safely, hinge at the hips. Fold halfway with a nice long spine. Bringing the arms up behind us. Then engage the core and the pelvic floor as we come back up. Let's bring that left foot forward to meet the right. This time I'm going to start to the side so you can get a different angle. We're going to do the other side. All right. Feet up with apart, sweep the arms up and back. Press the hips forward, exhaling, leading with the chest. Sweep the arms down. Gentle fold. Come up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale as we come back down, lift the chest. Bring the left leg back into a runner's lunge. Watch that front knee. Bring the right leg back to meet it into plank. Again, we're holding this plank. You can drop to the knees. Don't let the belly sag or lift the hips. We're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2. Remember to breathe. And 1. Receive a breath. Now come down into chaturanga in a hover. Elbows against the ribs. And down to the mat. Keep the elbows in. Press forward. Push up into cobra. Slip the toes. Raise the hips in a down dog. Bring the hips up to the sky. Release through the fingers. Relax the shoulders. Remember, you can lift those heels and bend those knees if you need to. Bring that left leg up behind. 3-legged down dog. On the exhale, we're going to bring it forward in 1 step. You also can drop to that knee and walk it forward. Now, keep that right foot pointing in. Bring that right leg in part way. Walk ourselves up. Little lunge. So we want to position ourselves, lift up, and sink down. So that right knee underneath the hip, underneath the shoulder, left knee behind the toes, sweep the arms up, core is engaged. Reach up as we lower. Exhale, lift. Keeping that heel lifted. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Let's lower. Hold this here. This time we're going to reach for that right wrist. Receive a breath and gently fold over to the left. You're going to stretch that right side. Bring back to center. Now bring that back leg in. Press the heel down. Straighten that front leg. Adjust the legs if you need to. Now look to see where that back heel is. Make sure it's behind the toes, not angled in. That's how we stabilize those hips. Shoulders above the hips. Core is engaged. Imprinting. Arms out in front. Shoulders are relaxed. Breathe in as we bring the arms up overhead. Exhale out in front. Breathe in as we bring the arms out to either side. Exhale back to center. Keep the core engaged as we bring the arms up overhead. Exhale out in front. Breathe in, bring the arms out to either side. Exhale back to center. Bring the arms up overhead. As we breathe in, exhale out in front. Now bring them behind. Interlock the fingers. Open up to the chest. Again, if it doesn't feel comfortable folding, don't. You can still bring the arms out behind us. Receive a breath or hinge at the hips. Fold halfway with a nice long spine. Keep the spine long. Feel that nice stretch to the back of that left leg, that front leg. Engage the pelvic floor and the core. Keep the spine long as we come back up. Bring that right foot forward to meet the left. All right, let's stay here. And come to the center of the mat. And just roll those shoulders up and around and down. And up and around and down. And up and around and down. Reverse direction. Up and around and down. Breathing in. Up and around and down. And up and around and down. Reaching that right arm down. Sweep that left arm up. Reach apart in opposite directions. Through those fingertips as we breathe in. And then reach over to the right. Reaching towards that right knee. Turn the left palm away. Sweeping it down. Sweep that right arm up. Reach apart in opposite directions. Lift and lengthen. Receive a breath. Now reach over to the left. Reaching towards that left knee, turn the right palm away, sweeping it back down. Let's bring, come towards the front of the mat. This time the legs are going to come angled to the side and the front. And knees behind the toes. Breathe in as we lower, exhale, lift. 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 Let's lower again. Bring that left hand to the left hip or waist, sweep that right arm up and over. Reach over and back and over and back and over and back. Bring that right hand to the waist, sweep that left arm up and over and back. And reach over and back and over and back. Let's straighten those legs, bring those feet together. We're going to do a little balance move to come down. All right, so this is our Pilates move to come down. And I'm just going to shift everything a little bit. If you need any water at any time, please get some. We're going to come down to the mat now. Do some Pilates. All right. So you can shift your weight from one leg over to one leg or the other. And then bring that other leg up and over. Come up on those toes, arms and genie arms. Receive a breath. If you have any knee issues, come down however you can comfortably. See if you can come down with as little plop as possible. Gently to the mat. All right. Okay, yep. If you want some water, go ahead. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So we want to come to the center of the mat, be sit, hands to our shins. So we're engaging our core right here. We're going to reach out in front. Reach in between the knees, coming forward as we breathe in. Exhale, round and roll back. Only as far as the lower lumbar, tucking the chin. Breathing in as we come forward. Exhale, roll back. Start to feel each vertebrae of the spine. Coming forward as we breathe in. Exhale, rolling back. Coming forward as we breathe in. Reach out in front. Bring those arms out together. Reaching, coming back. Coming forward, this time bring your arms up and out. Now this time, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to come the whole way down to the mat. Nice and slow and controlled. All right, bring the arms down along our sides. So let's bring those knees in a tabletop. Means they're bent at a 90 degrees, arms down along our sides. That imprint where we engage, we're going to pull the belly into the spine, spine to the mat. Bring all our heavy body parts into the mat. And we're going to alternate tapping one toe and the other. So breathe in, lower the right leg, tap the toe, exhale back to center. Lower the left leg, tap the toe, exhale back to center. Right leg, tap the toe, exhale back to center. Left leg, tap the toe, exhale back to center. Right leg, tap the toe, exhale back to center. Left leg, tap the toe, exhale back to center. Right leg, tap, back to center. Breathe in, left leg, tap, and back to center. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. All right, let's stay here. Bring the feet down. We'll do a little supine curl, torso curl. So we only come as far as the base of the shoulder blades, tucking the chin, arms extended. This is going to warm us up for our hundreds. Breathe in as we roll up, curling, reaching through those fingers. Exhale as we come back down. Breathing in as we roll up, gaze into the belly, reach to those fingertips. Exhale as we roll back down. Breathing in as we curl up, reach to those fingertips. Exhale as we roll back down. One more time. Tuck the chin. Reach for those fingertips. Exhale, roll back down. Bring those arms down. Just a little reminder about the head. We're not going to lift the head. We're going to tip the chin. So let's do a little neck work here. So neutral, cervical spine. So the head is neutral. Breathe in as we tip the chin up and back. Opening the throat. Exhale, tip it down. Breathing in as we tip it up and back. Exhale as we tip it down. Breathing in as we tip it up and back. And exhale as we tip it down. All right, let's bring those knees back into tabletop. All right, arms extended. We're going to tip that chin this time. If any time your head gets tired, your neck, bring it down and then try bringing your hands behind your head and tip the chin. That will bring you into that alignment and then release. So when we do hundreds, we're going to hover and we're going to pulse the arms. We breathe in for 5 and out for 5. We do 10 full sets. Anytime you need a break, come back down and then come back into it. The beginner pose is knees in tabletop. Legs straight up or that Pilates stance. Let's all come down and we're going to just do our Pilates stance to go over it again. Bring the legs up, arms down along your sides, head is down, legs straight up. Pull the toes down, open the feet out like a V. Now feel that external activation through the activation through the glutes, external rotation. Then we bring those legs at a slight angle. All right? We only come out at an angle if we have the Pilates stance. We want those heels together. If they're out apart, they need to be like this. If they're out here, then you want to keep the legs straight up, or if that's too much on your lower back, stay in tabletop. I will do all 3 ways. I'll do it at angles so you can see. All right, so imprint, tip the chin, not lift the head, arms extended. Let's start. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your gaze in the belly. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's bring the knees in. Bring your arms around your shin, come into a little ball. Receive a breath, let everything come back down. Now, if you noticed, I would always bring the legs up, pull the toes down, open the feet out before I would bring them out at an angle. All right, you want to protect your back. And if you're new to this, you don't want to say I strained my back, or if you have any lower back issues or anything and one of these moves doesn't feel right for you, then just come into a stretch or maybe a spinal twist or something that does feel good. All right, Let's come into a little ball. Wrap our arms around our shins, maybe just roll back and forth from side to side, massaging the spine. And then bring our head back to the mat. Bring those knees back in tabletop. Now we're going to tip the chin again, gaze into the belly. We're going to extend the right leg. That left hand, left knee is in, left arm's extended, left hand out by the ankle, inside hand by the knee. So, 3 options here. The lower the leg, hovering, is the more difficult. You can come up halfway or straight up. This is easier. Okay, we're going to breathe in, pulse, exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse, exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse, exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse, gaze into the belly. Breathe in, pulse, body is still. Breathe in, pulse, exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse, exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse, exhale, hold this here. We're going to double time it. You don't want the body moving. We are engaged. Breathing in and out, and in, and out, and switch, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Let's bring those knees in, bring the head the whole way back down. Especially if you're not used to doing this, you might feel it in your neck. Remember, now bring the hands behind the head, tip the chin. Now we're going to come, that was a single leg stretch, now we're going to come into double leg. So, we either bring our legs straight, arms and legs straight up, or arms and legs at an angle. And remember that Pilates stance. And then we keep the knees together. It's like a reverse snow angel. We sweep the arms down and we bring everything together. Knees bent, reaching towards the toes. I'll do both ways. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale together. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale together. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale together. Heels together if the legs come out diagonal. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale together. Keep the chin tucked. Gaze into the belly. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale together. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale together. Again, give ourselves a nice hug. Bring the head back down. Gentle release. And now tip the chin. Coming right back. We're going to do little single leg scissors. So, we're going to extend that right leg again. This time, that left leg will come up. So, we're going to be pulsing and switching legs. Breathe in, pulse. Exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse. Exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse. Gaze in the belly. Breathe in, pulse. Body is still. Breathe in, pulse. Exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse. Exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse. Exhale, switch. Breathe in, pulse, and hold. We're going to double time it. We keep that imprint. We don't rock the body. Breathing in and out. And in. And out. And switch. And switch. And 8. And 7. And 6. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Let's come into a little ball. Receive a breath. Gently bring everything back down. And just bring those feet back down. Knees bent. Arms out to either side. Palms down. We're going to do a little hip stretch here. Breathe in. Bring the knees and legs over to the right. Engage the core as we bring them back to center. Breathe in. Knees and legs over to the left. This is also another Pilates warm-up. Exhale back to center. Breathe in. Knees and legs over to the right. Head and gaze over to the left. Engage the core as we bring everything back to center. Knees and legs over to the left. Head and gaze over to the right. Engage the core as we come back to center. Let's do this one more time. Knees and legs to the right. Head and gaze to the left. Exhale back to center. Knees and legs to the left. Head and gaze to the right. Exhale back to center. All right. We're going to come into a little crisscross. So it's going to be like a bicycle, and it's going to be different. Knees 90 degrees. Hands behind the head. Now, we tip that chin, gaze into the belly. So a lot of times you're in a class, and you're just whipping through these bicycles like they're nothing. That's not the way to do it. So if anything, this will help you in your other classes. So it's very controlled and very precise. So we breathe in and open that thoracic region. And on the exhale, we extend the right leg as we bring the right elbow up and over to the left side. We cross. Come back to center as we breathe in. Exhale, cross to the other side. The core is engaged, the spine, the body's not rocking. Exhale, cross. Breathe into center. Exhale, cross. Gaze into the belly. Exhale, cross. Breathe into center. 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 Exhale, cross. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, cross. Breathe into center and hold. Now we're going to double time it. So we're not rocking and rolling the body here. Keeping everything engaged. Breathing in and out. If you look at the belly, it should be nice and still. In and out. And criss. And cross. And criss. And cross. And 4. And 3. and 2, and 1. Let's bring everything back down to the mat. Let's stay here, and let's roll over onto our right side. We're not going to do anything too intense because we didn't do any leg circle warm-ups. There's one nice move we're going to do here. All right. So you have options. You can either be on your forearm, elbow underneath the shoulder, legs extended, or you can come the whole way down. Support your head with your hands. So people in my class like to do it both ways. All right. So legs together, and they can come out at a slight angle. We're going to reach. We're going to lift and reach and lower. All right? So breathe in as we lower, exhale, lift. 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 Reach and hold, and hold, and hold, and come the whole way back down. So let's stay here. Hips are stacked. That lower leg's extended. That top leg. We basically, I'm going to switch a little bit here so you see. We turn so the knee and the toes are pointing up. Breathe in as we lift. Exhale, flex as we bring it down. Point and lift, flex and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. Little passe. We're going to sweep it in, knee in, point it up, flex it down. Sweep it in, knee in, point it up, flex it down. Sweep it in, knee in, point it up, flex it down. Sweep it in, knee to shoulder, point it up, flex it down. Reverse direction. Point it up, knee to shoulder, take it down, slide it out. Point it up, knee in, take it down, slide it out. Point it up, knee in, take it down, slide it out. Point it up, knee in, take it down, and slide it out. Let's come the whole way down. When we do a full class, we warm up the different areas, and we actually do more here. So we're just touching on different things today. All right, so the bottom leg is going to be flexed. We're going to bring this top knee at 90 degrees up at tabletop, and we're going to bring it across. Bottom leg, that foot is flexed. You can't see it. All right, and we're going to reach. We're going to lift and lower. Breathe in as we lower, exhale, lift and reach. Breathe in as we lower, exhale, 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 reach, and hold. Now from here, foot is flexed, we're going to pulse that leg up. Pulse, 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 and hold, and hold. Now let's reach a little bit deeper, receive a breath. And on the exhale, come the whole way down. We're going to open up into a spinal twist. Extend that right arm and open that left arm out to the side. Opening everything up. Looking towards the sky. Left palms facing up. Opening across the chest. Receiving another breath. Start to feel any tension releasing. Another breath in. And we're going to bring everything back to center. We're going to come onto the mat. We're going to do some planks. All right, so we're going to do some planks on our forearms. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Now, if you have any issues where you need to be on an extended arm, please do what feels right. If you're on the extended arm, what we're going to do, you want to be careful so you don't hurt your shoulder. We're going to stay here in this plank, and we're going to bring one leg out to the side and the other leg out. All right, you don't want to lift the hips. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can drop to the knees and just hold the plank. Or if you can, lift the knees. Right leg out and in. Left leg out and in. Remember to breathe. Left leg out and in. Right leg out and in. Left leg out and in. Right leg out and in. Left leg out and in. Hold this here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back into a child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Bring the hips back over the heels. Extend the arms out in front. Let everything release. Receiving a breath. Now, we're going to slowly come up and come over onto the other side. Other side. So on our left side this time. So again, you can be on that forearm, elbow underneath the shoulder. You want to have those hips stacked. All right, so you're in one nice line. You don't want to be back here or forward. Just going to reach. Arms on the leg. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift and reach. Legs can be out at a slight diagonal. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, reach. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Double leg lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift and hold. And hold. And hold. Coming back down. Now we're going to turn that top leg. So the knees and the toes are pointing up. Right hand out in front. Don't let yourself sink back. Breathe in as we lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Breathe in, point and lift. Exhale, flex. Also, you want to keep those ribs lifted. So you don't want to sink down here. All right? Point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Now passe as we sweep it in, knee in, point it up, flex it down. Sweep it in, knee in, point it up, flex it down. Sweep it in, knee in, point it up, flex it down. Sweep it in, knee in, point it up, flex it down. Reverse direction, point it up, knee to shoulder, take it down, slide it out. Point it up, knee in, take it down, slide it out. Point it up, knee in, take it down, slide it out. Point it up, knee in, take it down, and slide it out. Let's come the whole way down. So we're going to support our head with our hand. Well, now I got a reflection of the light. I got to move over here so I can see you or see me. All right, so the bottom leg's extended. That top leg comes up 90 degrees. Bring it over across. That bottom foot stays flexed. Going to extend and reach. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift and reach. Upper and lower body. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. 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 Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift and hold. Foot flex, pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. And reach. And hold. Receive a breath. On the exhale, bring everything back down. Now, extend that left arm behind. Bring that right arm out to the side into a nice spinal twist. Opening everything up. Feel that opening across the chest, across the hips, lower back. Receive a breath. If any spinal twist does not feel right for your back, please just come the whole way onto your back and bring your knees and give yourselves a nice hug. Feel that gentle opening. Another breath in. Exhale, let it go. We're going to roll back over into that plank again. So, again, if you can be on your forearms, if you can't, you just want to be careful when you bring that leg out to the side. If that bothers your shoulders, then just hold the plank. So let's come onto those forearms, elbows underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under, core is engaged. This time we're going to start with the left. Left out and in, right leg out and in, left leg out and in, right leg out and in, left leg out and in, right leg out and in, left leg out and in, right leg out and in. This time we're going to hold the plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back into a child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, bring the hips back over the heels, extend the arms out in front. Let everything release. Stay here, receiving a nice nourishing breath. And we're going to start to sweep the arms around to the right, just sweeping around, feeling that stretch, that left side. Bring that right arm across the lower back, reaching around to the outside of that left hip. Receive a breath, and on the exhale, tip your chin and look back past that right hip. Another breath in. And then sweeping the arms back around in front. Exhaling as we sweep them around to the other side. Getting that deeper stretch to that right side. Bring that left arm across the lower back. Reach around to the outside of that right hip. Receive a breath, and on the exhale, tip the chin, looking back past that left hip. Sweeping your arms back around. Receive a breath, and on the exhale, come into tabletop. Okay, we're going to do a little shoulder stretch while we're in tabletop. Yeah, if anytime you need water, please feel free. So, first, just like we do in yoga, pull the belly into the spine, create that stabilization. Now we're going to bring that right arm in, turn the palm up, and extend it through underneath that left elbow's bent at 90 degrees. We look underneath that left arm, right shoulder and ear are on the mat, hips are in the air. Give yourselves a nice breath into that right shoulder. And on the exhale, feel gently release down through the arms to the fingertips. Bring that right arm back in, come back into tabletop. Pull the left arm in, turn the palm up, extend it through underneath that right elbow, bend at 90 degrees. left ear and shoulder on the mat, looking underneath that arm. Receiving the breath. On the exhale, feel any tension you're holding on to, gently release. Feel it go the whole way down through the arm, through those fingertips. And coming back to center. All right, from here, tabletop, I'm going to do a little elbow to knee, a little balancing cat. So again, if it bothers your wrist, come onto your fist with your thumbs pointing forward. Extend that right leg back behind. So you want to level the hips. Sometimes the hips like to turn. Right leg out behind. So first, just the leg. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Breathe in as we extend. Level those hips, looking at the mat. Exhale, knee to nose. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Breathe in as we extend. Hold this here. Now, if we can, come into the balancing cat. Extend the opposite arm. Right leg, left arm, torso all in one straight line. Core is engaged. We're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, with both extended, or the modification would be just the leg. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in as we extend. Level the hips. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Let's extend and hold it again for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back into tabletop. Receive a breath. Exhale, round and arch into cat. Like the chin, roll the whole way up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Come up on those knees. Sweeping the arms up and behind. Bring those fists to the lower back. Gently press the hips forward. Bringing the elbows back. Shoulders remain above the knees. Receive a breath. On the exhale, we're going to shift the hips back over the heels as we come into rock pose. Let our torso come towards the thigh. The knees are separated kind of so the torso just resting and being cradled by our thighs as the arms extend behind. Bring our forehead to the mat. Let the palms open up. Feel this gentle release for the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back and shoulders as the shoulders let go. Just let them sink, and just anything you're holding on to, let it melt into the mat. And then we're going to sink, reach those arms forward, come the whole way forward. Into a plank here on our knees. We're going to do some tricep push-ups. Don't worry, we're going to do the other side for the cat. So you want to keep those elbows in. We do not come out to the side. Core is engaged. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. 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 Let's lower and hold the hover. Hold the hover for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press away. Come back into child's pose. Receiving a breath. Let everything release. Now come back into tabletop. We're going to do our cat again, this time the other side. First, pull the belly into the spine. Stabilize. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. This time extend that left leg behind. So remember, if you do that, level the hips. All right, leg extended behind. Do a little. Receive a breath. On the exhale, knee to nose. Breathe in as we extend behind us. Exhale, knee to nose. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Breathe in as we extend. Hold this here. Now see if we can extend the opposite arm. Left leg, right arm, torso all in one straight line. Holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, extend or modify with just the leg as we breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in as we extend, level the hips. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in as we extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in as we extend. And hold this again for 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back into tabletop. We're going to do those tricep push-ups again. 5 more if you can this time. You can be on the knees, or if you can, lift the knees. Remember to keep those elbows in. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Elbows against the ribs. You should feel it. 3. Remember to breathe. 2. And 1. And let's come up into a down dog. Walk his feet in a little bit. Bring those hips up. Reach through those fingers. Receive a breath. And then, one more time, we're going to shift forward into that plank. We're going to come the whole way down to the mat. All right, we're going to do a little windshield wiper here. Keep that rain away. Cross one forearm over the other. Let our chin rest here. Legs extended, bend the knees at 90 degrees. Gently bring the knees and legs over to the right. Exhale over to the left. Breathe in as we bring them over to the right. Exhale over to the left. Breathe in as we gently bring them over to the right. Exhale over to the left one more time, over to the right. And exhale over to the left. Let's extend those legs. Bring the arms out like a T. Head is in alignment with the spine, looking at the mat. Core is engaged. We're going to lift upper and lower body, only an inch or two. Arms out, palms down, legs together. Breathe in as we lift. Exhale, lower. Breathe in as we lift. Exhale, lower. Lift upper and lower body. Core is engaged, lower. Breathe in as we lift. Exhale, lower. Let's lift. Bring the arms reaching alongside our legs. Fingers towards the toes. Hold this here. Supermen and superwomen. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Receive a breath. Exhale. Let's let everything release. All right. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows against the ribs. Pressing up into cobra. Back into child's pose. Let everything release. Receive a breath. Slowly rolling up. We're going to come to seated on the mat. Right. Seated on the mat. We're going to do a little, let's see. Let's extend those legs out in front. Sit up nice and tall. So, we're going to be doing some Pilates stances with some stretch. So the shoulders remain above the hips. Legs engaged, pull the toes back. Open the feet out like a V, and together, and point, and flex, and open, and together, and point, and flex, and open, and together, and point, and flex, and open, and together, and point, and flex. Let them release. So you can either pretend like you're holding something, or if you do have your block, you can use your block. Pull those toes back, open the feet out like a V, sit up nice and tall. Shoulders are relaxed, spine is long. You're going to reach forward. Nice long spine as we breathe in. Exhale back to center. Breathe in as we come forward. Exhale back to center. Breathe in, reach out in front, gaze out in front. Exhale back to center. One more time. Reaching forward. Gauge the core as we come back to center. Now, keep the spine long. Don't let the back arch. Core is engaged. Arms up overhead. Exhale out in front. That imprint. Breathe in as we lift up overhead. Exhale out in front. Breathing in, reach up overhead. Exhale out in front. One more time, lifting up overhead. Exhale out in front. We're going to combine the two. So keep everything engaged. Reach out and back and over and down. Reaching out and back and up and down. Two more sets. And out and back and up and down and forward and back and up and down. All right, let's bring that block in. We're not done with the block. We can use it for some tension. Now, if you don't have a block or a ball, you can just do that tension with your hands. All right, you're going to bring the arms up overhead. Then bring the elbows out so the block or our hands are above the head. All right, you can do it, like I said, just pressing the palms together, creating a little tension here. So we don't need weights. Sit up nice and tall and continue to have that Pilates stance. So we have that stable base. It creates a stable base. We're just going to squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Let's squeeze and hold. And hold. And hold. Release the tension. All right. If you have that block, place it, or that ball, place it between your thighs. And you can also, again, just squeeze. You can tense without anything. So, I'm just going to squeeze and release. Sit up nice and tall. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. We're engaging those thighs. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and hold, pelvic floor. And hold. And hold. And release. All right. to remove that block. We're going to come the whole way down to the mat. So, first we're going to do a little seated boat. Another little balance move. So we come into that V sit. So we're going to sit in that V. Now we're going to add to it. You're going to have options. You either can have your feet flat, you can have your knees up, or in that Pilates stance, the legs extended. Again, those heels must be together if you are. All right, or you can come here or down. We're going to extend the legs, extend the arms. So I'm going to do it all each way. Receiving a breath, holding this here, maybe bringing the knees up. We're going to add some arm windmills. So if you're not comfortable with the full extension in the arm windmills, then come into the knees bent or the feet down. 3 times one way, sweeping the arms up and around and down. Breathing in, up and around and down. Breathing in, up and around and down. Now let's bring the knees in the chest without touching the floor. Give ourselves a nice hug. We're going to do it the other way 3 more times. So if you didn't feel comfortable there, you can just bring your feet to the floor. So whichever way you want. Breathing in, up and around and down. And up and around and down. And up and around and down. Now bring the knees and the thighs into the chest. Give yourselves a nice hug. Receive a breath. We're going to do 3 roll like a balls, or 4 roll like a balls. So when we roll like a ball, if you don't feel comfortable rolling, or if you have a really hard surface underneath your spine, then just hold the ball. So we create a rounding here. We tuck our gaze into the belly. We do not roll onto our neck, so only the tops of the shoulders. Try not to touch the floor. You can come a little deeper to make it a little harder, or you can bring your hands behind your hamstrings a little bit easier. All right? Breathe in as we roll back. Exhale, come up and hold the balance. Gaze into the belly. Breathe in as we roll back. Don't roll onto the neck. Exhale, come up and hold. 2 more. Breathe in as we roll back. Exhale, come up and hold. Breathe in as we roll back. Exhale, come up and hold. Hold this here. We're going to do a little open leg rocker, just the stretch part. So same thing, only this time, still holding that balance. Index finger on the shin, thumb on the inside, fingers on the outside. Breathe in, extend that right leg. Exhale in. Extend the left leg. Exhale in. Extend the right. Exhale in. Extend the left. And exhale in. Extend the right. And exhale in. Extend the left. And exhale in. Now, either alternate, or if you can, extend both. We're not rolling. We're just going to hold it. Hold it. Hold it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's come forward. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Create that diamond now. Elbows, knees out to either side. Sit up tall. Hands on our shins. First, just bring the chest forward. Bring the heart forward. Opening up. Bring those elbows, shoulder blades together. Receiving a breath. Engage your core. Come back to center. Breathing in, maybe a little bit deeper. Go at your own pace. Lower back, starting to stretch out. Maybe bringing those elbows on the inside of those thighs. If you want to open those hips safely, pressing them open. Lengthen the spine as we breathe in. Coming a little bit deeper. Remember, this is not a tight diamond. You can bring those feet out a little bit deeper too if you need to. Maybe the forearms come beyond the shins. The spine long, lengthen the spine. Maybe we can come a little deeper, interlock the fingers over the tops of the toes. Into star pose, we're going to stay here for another breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Just let everything release. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Start to let that exhale be even longer. In through the nose and out through the nose. Extend the arms out in front. Slowly rolling up, tucking the chin 1 vertebrae at a time. Coming back to center, bend the knees. We're going to bring them out in front. So we're going to come the whole way down to the mat. We're going to finish up on the mat with a short little shavasana too. Hands to the shins. Open up to the chest as we breathe in. On the exhale, come the whole way down. Nice and slow, 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, coming the whole way down. Keep the left knee bent. Extend the right leg. Point the toes. Sweep the right leg up. Walk the hands up behind the leg, gently pulling it back. Point the toes and flex and point and flex and point and flex. Bring that leg across the top of that left thigh. Coming in to thread the needle, receive a breath. On the exhale, lift the upper and lower body, interlock. Bring your right arm in between your legs, interlock your fingers behind your left hamstring. See if you can come into a little ball. Bringing the chin towards the shin. Receive another breath. On the exhale, bring the lower body down, bring the upper body down. Hug the legs in towards you a little bit deeper. Feeling that hamstring. Here for another breath. Now bring both hands to the outside of that right knee as we breathe in. On the exhale, bring the knee over across to the center of the chest. And then gently unwind, bringing both feet to the mat with the knees bent. Extend that left leg, point the toes, sweep the left leg up, walk the hands up behind the leg. Gently bring that leg back. Point the toes and flex. And point and flex. And point, and flex. Lift and lengthen. Now bring that leg across the top of that right thigh. Receive a breath. And on the exhale, lift upper and lower body. Bring your left arm in between your legs. Interlock your fingers behind your right hamstring. And see if you can come into a little ball. Do whatever feels right. Maybe you lift your tailbone, lift the shoulders, shin to shin. Receive a breath in here. On the exhale, lower the tailbone, lower the upper body. Still hugging the legs, pulling them in towards you a little bit deeper. Hold this here. Bringing both hands to the outside of that left knee as we breathe in. And on the exhale, gently bringing that knee across to the center of the chest, getting that deeper stretch to that left side. And then gently unwinding. Bringing both feet to the mat. We're going to extend the legs. We did a little bit more of the Pilates and the core today, so now we're going to give ourselves that time to release. First, we're going to do a little full body stretch. Legs extended, sweeping the arms up overhead, and we're going to reach apart in opposite directions. First, the right side. Somebody has our right wrist and our right ankle, pulling us apart as we breathe in. And exhale, gently let it release. Now somebody has our left wrist and our left ankle, pulling us apart as we breathe in. Exhale, let it release. Sweeping the arms back down. Coming into Shavasana. If you're in corpse pose, those feet, you're going to notice it's not going to be engaged, so you have that little Pilates stance again. Heels together, and the feet just flop open this time. Feeling them open up, feel the hips opening, feel the heart opening. You can roll your shoulders underneath a little bit if you like. Palms open, arms out at a slight 45-degree angle. Feel the shoulders open up. Heart space expanding. If you want release for your lower back, you can bend the knees, you can use your blocks, you can support yourself, you can turn on one side or the other. Let's close our eyes. As we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, expanding the back of the throat, the Ujjayi breath. Opening up to the belly and the rib cage and the heart space. And on the exhale, letting the chest deflate. Ribs closed, belly deflates as the pelvic floor rises. Feel that connection to each one of us. Feel those roots growing all up and down our spine, that nice healthy spine. Flowing into Mother Earth. Down our legs, down each arm. Feeling ourselves sinking in a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. And feeling those roots spreading, connecting, as we allow ourselves to be supported and held. Gently let go and unwind. eyes closed, we can start wiggling our fingers and toes, moving our hands and feet, bringing awareness to our bodies, to this space, the sound of our breath, the beat of our heart, the earth underneath us, supporting, nurturing, connecting, grounding. As we move forward on our path, gently roll onto one side or the other. For a calm day ahead, onto your right, opens up the left nostril, activates the feminine side of the brain. Or for an active day, roll onto your left and opens up the right nostril, which activates the masculine side of the brain, the opposite side. And let yourself be here, letting go, releasing, basking in this self-nourishment that we have created for ourselves. Now you're at home, so if you choose to just stay here where you are, that's fine. Or if you are ready to come back, with your eyes closed, gently start to walk yourself up one hand at a time, one vertebrae at a time. Or maybe you just want to cover yourself with a blanket and give yourself a nice little extra rest. If we do, come back up. We're going to sit up nice and tall, rubbing our palms together, creating that heat and warmth in between our palms. Once our palms are nice and warm, let them gently come over our eyes, fluttering our eyes open, tapping back and forth across our forehead, over to our temples, very lightly rubbing little circles. Open our mouth, let our jaw relax, our face relax, and our mind release as we gently let go and unwind and unfurl. And then lightly tapping across our eyebrows to these two little indents at the inside of each eyebrow, our sinus pressure points. Press in here, breathe in real deep through the nose. And on the exhale, tap lightly down the outside of the nose, across the tops of the cheekbones, back and forth, down the cheeks, down to the chin, lightly down the throat to the breastbone, thymus gland, or immunity balancer. Tapping here, rubbing little circles as we boost our immunity for the day, activate our heart center, clear out any congestion. We'll do 3 ahs to start the day, or midday. I know you usually do this a little earlier. So good for our heart and our whole body. 3 times 3 different tones, let it out. For the first one, we're going to expand, open the heart. Let's receive a breath in together. The next one, we're going to send that love out through our root systems to Mother Earth, to each one of us here, into the world, into the universe, into the planet, and anywhere, whomever, wherever we need to send it. Another breath. And last but not least, remembering to honor and nourish and love ourselves unconditionally, no matter what. Give ourselves that time, that space to be present with our own inner guidance, our inner wisdom. This is a good time to listen to what we have not had time to listen to. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. However you celebrate. Happy spring. Happy full moon, which we just had. So enjoy this time of renewal and rebirthing and growth, and know that as we all move forward from this, we're all going to be stronger and more resilient and bursting forth with life and love. I'm so thankful and grateful for all of you and for being here. I honor the place in you in which the whole universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love and truth and light and peace. When you are in that place in you and I'm in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much. So normally during the week, I'll be doing these around the same time, 10, 10:30, 11. Hi, Kimberly, Ivy, Bonnie, Erica. And the luxury of this time is that I am a night owl and I like to sleep in. So if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to enjoy it. So today was a little later. Sometimes it'll be lunchtime. I'm trying to keep all these classes early, and then it gets you started. So, or maybe if you're an early person, you can do stuff and you have a midday break. So thank you all. Have a great weekend. Namaste.